Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Call Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalawam to the sincere Akim that teaches truth and sincerity. Shalawam to the sincere Akwatim who believe. Lord willing, this be edifying to the elect of Yasharahla. And I just want to go into a quick dream that I just had. I woke up not too long ago, and I was sitting there pondering on my thoughts, and the Spirit allowed me to revisit the dream, or to understand the dream rather. Okay, and I think I got the right precepts in mind. But pretty much to go into it, I gotta find where did I place my Bible. Salakia. Sure where's my Bible at. It should be right here in my presence. Salakia, give me a moment. Here it is. Okay. So to get back into the dream of the testimony, pretty much I just woke up, and to jump straight into it, you see here on the screen, it's a U.S. military vehicle called the MRAP, and just going into the dream before I forget it, I was in my local hometown, and as a kid, I used to, go with my brothers and mainly my middle brother, go into the woods and pretty much play and, explore, and, very adventurous as a kid. And so I know the woods of my town very well. And pretty much within the dream, I was in the city because I lived in the country, and in the dream I was in the city. And it was like foresight that pretty much they were signing people up for the army, and it was like it's like people was lining up to actually go into the army, right? And pretty much I was in the city, and I went into this establishment, and then when I left out of the establishment, military vehicles just kept, rolling up, just in the streets, like regular civilian vehicles, if that's the best way to explain it. And that's pretty strange. So fast forward in the dream, somehow I made it back to the country, or where I used to live. And I'm pretty much trying to warn people, like, hey, military vehicles are popping up everywhere, and trying to warn them. But, the people weren't taking heed until these actual vehicles that I was telling them about started, rolling up in the country. And I don't know if we were at war, and I don't know if martial law had happened, but, safe to say I got a few precepts in mind. So just pretty much, just hopefully it's like a warning through the Spirit that, things are about to get heavy real soon. And we see the gas prices rising, food prices is rising. People are on the edge of their seat, so to speak. But we, being part of that hopeful elect, Lord willing, we make it to salvation and endure to the end. We know the prophecies that shall come to pass. And excuse the background noise, that's my son. But the book of Second Esdras, the 16th, Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. Second Esdras 15. I'm going to start at 14. It says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So my only logical explanation for the military to be all throughout the streets like it was, and people signing up for the draft, is that we were at war, okay? Or something major happened, okay? And verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And if it wasn't war, I believe it's that precept, that very precept right there, that martial law was enacted. Because I had a dream prior, about a few years ago. It was a family gathering, and everyone was pretty much gathered together eating. It's like a cookout setting. And then a similar vehicle, a military vehicle, rolled up at the street. And the street is pretty far away from the house. And the military vehicle pulled up, and everyone that was at the gathering fled to the woods. All right. So maybe those two dreams coexist. I'm not sure, but I felt the need to say that. And read on in 2nd Esdras 15. I'm going to start at 17 again to get the point. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And I'm not saying in the dream that all this was happening, because I didn't see any destruction. I just seen a heavily present military presence, and people actively signing up for the draft, or to go into the military rather, Salakia. And so I don't know, but I know that these words right here are written, and these words are going to come to pass. And I feel as if men are not going to regard their kings or princes, meaning their presidents, their mayors, the governors, and the course of their actions is going to stand in their power, and they're going to spoil the goods of their neighbors, I'm pretty sure you're going to need the military. And for a man to desire to go into the next city and can't, I'm pretty sure the military is going to be needed as well. So I felt like those precepts aligned with what the dream was telling me. And I want to go to the book of 2nd Esdras 16 for the second dream that I brought up. 2nd Esdras 16 and 37. Because we know that perilous times, the perilous times that we're living in, and all these things, the prophecies that must come to pass. 2nd Esdras 16:37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman... Hold up, big boy, making a video. So like it. That's my son. 2nd Esdras 16:37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose, and he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he should reap not, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. Okay, and therefore they that labor in vain. And I want to highlight those precepts through the Spirit, because that's the mindset that we have to be in. We have to be willing to drop everything, because we know that Esau's coming, according to Revelation 12:12. You know, I didn't see war going on. I didn't see too much, chaos and anarchy. I just seen a heavily present military presence, but we know that the military won't be in the streets for no reason. Okay. So Revelation 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And one more thing I want to mention. I already mentioned that I was warning the people that there was a heavy military presence going on, and people were signing up for the military heavily. But another thing I want to note is that I was taking, I wasn't taking the route of the main roads. I was going throughout the woods. And every time I saw a military vehicle coming up the street, I made it my priority to be hidden from them. So it was perilous times that we were living in, okay? And we know Jeremiah 30:7, that Jacob's trouble is coming. It's on the horizon, okay? It's very near at the door. High gas prices. Biden just recently banned Russian oil imports, which is going to raise up more gas prices. More gas prices means more higher food prices. And we know what happens when people don't get their food, okay? Because a famine is coming, as it is written. So, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. May it just be a warning to get your house in order, to seek Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi while he may be found. I'm going to get that. Because I'm pretty sure when this thing comes about, I'll read Jeremiah 30:7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So keep in mind, the elect is going to be saved out of this time. Okay. And one more, I want to get Isaiah 55. Ooh, that's a good precept too, through the Spirit. Isaiah 55:6, it says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." So right now is the time to seek the face of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And another one in Isaiah 33:6, "For the elect's sake," it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Just a quick testimony of the dream or vision, or maybe it's not. I just felt compelled to teach that or tell that to the congregation. So Lord willing, is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalawam to the sincere Akim that teach this truth in sincerity. Shalawam the elect. Shalawam.